Good morning, beautiful souls, and welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my live feeds or my videos, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Hi there, I've missed you guys. I wasn't on Monday, and I really felt that. Good morning. It's so wonderful to see you. I am going to jump into the energy update, and then I'm going to grab some questions. Um, yeah, so let's just jump right in. So, you don't need me to tell you that the energy is, quite up and down. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of feelings and emotions. There's a lot of uncertainty. You don't need me to share that with you or to remind you of that. Sorry, but I want to reflect back just for a moment on what I talked about in the energy forecast for 2025. In that energy forecast, I talked about people coming together and rising up. We talked about people coming and building communities. We talked about standing together in that energy forecast for 2025. And I am seeing that as all of you are seeing that. There is a coming together, a unity, a support for one another. And that energy is gaining momentum at a rapid pace. And I feel like we are learning a lot of lessons with what that feels like. Because for many of us, standing together in unity is a brand new feeling, as a big collective, as a lot of voices. And that is going to continue. It's going to continue to develop even stronger and stronger and stronger. I also want to gently and lovingly remind you that everything happening right now, especially in the USA, our loving friends and family, this is temporary. It is not going to be a long space or a long ride. It is going to be short term. How short? Short. It doesn't feel like it's going to be long energetically. I have sat with spirit daily all week with feeling this, and the louder and the more loud and proud is the pull that is bringing people together, and the louder we all get, the shorter this is going to be. I'm extremely proud of all of you who are coming together and standing united in love and light. It has been very loving and very strong in the light, and the light will always outshine the dark. I want to be very, very clear with you on that. We've always had darkness. We've always had throughout history. If you read the history books, there's always been an element of darkness, and the light has always pushed through. So I would like to let you know that we are all supported, both spiritually, from the spirit dimensions, as well as the physical world. We are all supporting each other, and I I love seeing that. As hard as it is to check out, to listen to the news, and I avoid it immensely. But when you take a peek there, when you see the support and the standing together, it is going to shift things in an incredible way. Okay. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I just felt like I really needed to address it. I was hoping to come on earlier last week, or during the week, sorry, this week, and touch base on this, but my schedule just didn't have a break in time where I was able to do that. I was held back for whatever reason. There's, a lot of good things are happening behind the scenes at the Hawk and I. There's some incredible new things being released very soon. So I've been kind of tied up with making all of that happen. But I just want to say this morning, stand shoulder to shoulder, loving love and light, and you're going to get through all of this and come out the other side stronger and better. And it will be hard in the moment, but you're going to get through this. And if you go back and listen to the energy forecast for 2025 on the channel, you're going to have your own aha moments, because I went back and listened to it. I don't usually listen to them, but I went back and I was like, oh wow. Oh, wow. I thought we'd have a little bit more time before we saw that, but oh, wow. It will be short. Okay. This weekend, the energy this weekend feels very, very tired, very, very hibernating. If you need to kind of hibernate, it's perfectly okay. Give yourself permission to do that. Don't worry about the laundry. Don't worry about what's not getting done. Energetically, we're drained. Even if you don't watch the news and everything is going, hunky dory in your world, the collective energy is very, very draining. So give yourself some time to hibernate, to rest, to breathe, to just check in with yourself. Just have that check in. Here I am, coming back to your heart space. I felt, that calm, let's just breathe, let's just hibernate is going to be very beneficial for all of us this weekend, regardless of what you're going through. Okay. I hope you found that helpful. I see a lot of questions up here, so I am going to scroll up to the top and grab a few. There's Dee Dee from Albuquerque. Every time I say that word, I think of Bugs Bunny. Turn left, turn right at Albuquerque. It kind of makes me chuckle every single time. Kayla, hi Lana, does Spirit have any advice on how I can get a job here? I've been applying. Kayla, I feel like I've got to really, I know you know this, Kayla, but I feel like I need to reinforce it. Visualize yourself it's already happened. It's already happened. I'm already working in my dream job. I'm already working. And I feel like I've got to kind of like give it a push energetically. The right job for me is right here in front of me, and it's happening. The right job for me, for my highest good, is already here. Start kind of turning up that energy there, Kayla. I feel like you're doing a really good job. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with the resume. I don't feel that at all. I don't feel like I have to tweak that whatsoever. I feel like I just have to say I'm trusting the process. That job for my highest good is right here in front of me. I've already started. It's already happening. Law of attraction is huge. I have played with that energy over and over for many years. Give that book a read, Kayla, if you haven't yet. But just literally visualize yourself dressed up for work. It's already here. All right, Miss Kayla. And I'm not worried, Kayla, at all. Like I know that it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride since you moved. It's going to be a soft landing. It's going to all work out. Look at all you guys loving each other here. I love that so much. Dee Dee, any messages for me? I have lots of stuff in my head. Get yourself a pause button, Dee Dee. The stuff in your head you need a break. You need a break from that space. And reminding yourself, there are some things that are going to unravel and I have no control over. I can only control, how I'm letting it affect me. I can only control, what's in my control, and most of it is not. Dee Dee, I feel like you do a really good job with your spiritual practices. I feel quite solid. So good job, you. A little bit more time focusing on that breath. Every hour or so, set your smartphone to just take a deep breath, or a memo to yourself to I'm just going to take a deep breath. And on the inhale, love, and on the exhale, letting go. That will help you immensely. Fran, I love your sweater. Thank you, Fran. It's my favorite too. Motivational vibes. Well, hi. Will I be moving with Mr. Smith this summer or by this fall? Um, I'm pulled end of summer. I'm pulled, and there's always choice and free will. Motivational vibes. I mean, you've got to kind of like do your part too. So I feel like, and I do feel like you are doing your part. I feel I'm pushed. Like I can see the leaves changing colors, but it's not quite. They haven't quite fallen yet. So I'm pulled more to like late summer or early fall. Good morning, Mandy Greenhill. Mila, I have a question. Are the people who have passed in the DC plane crash okay? Was the crash meant to happen? And also, did they suffer? Mila, I'm going to touch on this very, very briefly. I do feel that they have all crossed over. I don't feel like they even knew what happened, because it feels to me like I was here and then I'm instantly over there. I'm not sure on the part on if the plane crash was meant to happen. There are some things that are physical world affected, like what a physical world involvement maybe is a better word. Not every single passing is meant to happen. Most are, but there are physical world involvement in a lot of crossings. So I'm going to leave that one, holding that plane in love and light. I also feel like the energy forecast that I did in January, I feel that, because I talked about a lot of truth being unraveled. I felt a lot of tattletaling being unraveled. Go back and have a listen. And then when you look at what's happening in the news, because I myself was even like, whoa, there's a lot of tattletaling going on. I feel like there was just something isn't quite right. There's just something. Do I feel it was accidental for the most part? But I also feel a piece of this could have been avoided, if that makes sense there. How exciting. Best of luck with the move. Oh, I love you guys so much supporting each other. Easy Puff, this is definitely happening right now on a huge level. One I've been waiting for years, just like wow. It is a wow, Easy Puff. It is a wow. And as hard as it is to, to understand and process, there's the other side of this with unity and collectiveness. I agree with you. Ina, I went to ask I want to ask early today. I had a dream. It felt weird, scary. What can you and spirit tell me about it? um I was literally pulled back into the feelings, your emotions, subconscious. I feel like it's like a processing time. I feel like it's almost like pent up energy that you've been like holding in, like pent up fears, pent up concerns. And I feel like the mind went kind of haywire. It feels more of a release of fear, if that makes sense there to you. Charlene, hi Lana, worried about my daughter. Any advice from spirit on how I can help her grief with losing her brother, her best friend? I feel, Charlene, that you are doing a really good job. I feel like this the amount of support that you're giving is profound. I feel like I just need more of that quiet silence, like sitting together without words, walking together without words. I feel like the grief is a process that impacts our entire life, especially when it's a loss at this caliber. And I think as she processes it and as she allows herself to work through those feelings, there's a very different version of her that will emerge at the end of this, forever changed with the loss. I feel like she's doing okay. Like I feel like given the circumstances and the situation, I feel like she's navigating through it the best that she can, and I feel like she knows that she's well supported. So I have to say, just continue, with the support. And sometimes support is silence. We don't always have to have the words. Just like there are often no words. And I mean, I'm not that you're saying this, but just think about for a moment when we say to people, everything's going to be okay. You're going to get through this. Yes, they will, but in the moment they might not feel that. So silence is a very powerful communicator. Hand holding, just kind of sitting shoulder to shoulder, snuggling under a blanket together. I feel like that's kind of the energy that she needs right now. And I feel like that energy can speak louder than words. Right. So, when we honor our feelings and we honor the space that we're in with love and with support, I really feel that's what she needs, because there are no words. That's only support and energy that can really help right now. Um, Vic, any words from my spirit guides today? Hope you're doing well, Anna. Um, Vic, I suddenly have that applauding. I suddenly have that cheering. It comes up quite a bit here when spirit wants to kind of like, cheer for you. There's a lot of cheering. I also feel like there's been some steps forward, and it feels more like a like that spiritual piece. So my question to you, Vic, is: have you been kind of like shifting a little bit of your thoughts, kind of like having more of that self awareness, more of that authentic self? I feel like I've got to say, Vic, you're doing a really good job tapping in. I feel like your intuition is almost like it went through a pencil sharpener. It's like you've gotten a little bit sharper with trusting that. And I feel like I've got to say that even the tiniest baby step, even the tortoise or a snail mark, a snail trail, is forward momentum. And I feel like I've got to really say to you, well done. And spirit is cheering and holding your hand, and you are loved and supported as you go through your learning. Laura, I'm considering coming out of retirement and entering a new career. Do you or spirit have any thoughts on that? I think you already know. Laura, I feel like there's a lot of excitement with that. I feel like that pause was something that you needed to kind of going into retirement was a pause. And I think a part of you knew that you back in that timeline that you weren't fully ready for retirement, that there was going to be something else for you to do. Laura, I feel like you've got a lot to give. I feel like you've got a lot of energy and love to give. And I feel like career wise, I feel it more of like a support, like a person, like a support. I don't know if you're considering like something along the line of life coaching or support, but there's a huge support piece there. Whatever you're going to do, it feels like it's going to be in the supporting. It feels more loving. It feels more of that deeper that's who I am, kind of, because it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels more of that's who I am. Okay. I would love, Holly, I would love this answered. Mom died in July 23. Dad met a nice lady a few months ago. Dad misses mom so much still, and it interferes with the new relationship. Will the new relationship last? Holly, I can feel that push forward on dad's back. I can feel that he needs to hear this. So just take a couple notes, Holly. Um Mom is trying to push him forward. She knows how much she is loved, and she knows that her life with dad here was honored, and she doesn't want dad to feel guilt for moving forward. It's the guilt that's kind of got him pulled back. Yes, he misses mom so much, but there's also the interference with feeling guilty. How can I move forward? Well, what would she think? She wants him happy. And I think that was a big goal when she was here physically. I feel like happiness, whatever that meant throughout their journey together, was always really important. Like I just feel like happiness, joint happiness, and just that supportive happiness. I feel like that was always in her awareness, wanting him happy. I don't want to say keeping him happy, but wanting him happy and helping him find happy. And she's continuing to do that from the spirit dimensions. I feel like slow and steady. This new relationship feels like a very deep companion. Like it has that friend kind of. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And I feel him struggling with the guilt of allowing that to be anymore than that. And I feel like I have to say to him, take your time and enjoy this new. It's been a long time since he's been in this space with meeting a new partner or being in a new relationship. He hasn't been this version of himself before, so it's brand new. So I feel like I have to say, like, give him some time and space. Let him know that mom wants him happy, and whatever that means for him. She's being very gentle. So I feel like like this fragile, soft kind of nudge from mom. Okay, let him get his feet wet. Take your all the time that you need. Will this relationship last? It's going to depend. So on a few things. Number one, I feel like this relationship has come forward for him to help him. It's help him to kind of feel into things. He's got choice and free will if he wants to go forward, and it's perfectly okay, whatever he decides. Right, whatever he decides. I feel though I've got to lift off the guilt energy. Talk to him about it. Talk to him about why he's feeling guilt. Right. And just, you don't have to talk him out of guilt. Again, with just hearing somebody speak it and offering support. Right. But I feel like I've got to listen to how he's feeling. I hope that was helpful. Mandy, anything from my spirits today? Things so up and down. Um, Mandy, like, so I'm chuckling because of how spirit just showed this to me. So you know that, Mandy, it's at often like bigger amusement parks. You know that ship that goes up and you get butterflies, and then it comes down and you want to jump off. That's kind of how it feels. So when you're kind of like you go all the way up in that ship. It's that pirate ship, but I've seen it at Canada's Wonderland and other amusement parks. But you know that butterfly feeling when you go up, savor it. Yes, there's going to be a down, but anticipate the back up. Things are going to go back up, and it kind of like, look, I know we go through things and it's hard when things go down, the up and down. It feels like a yo-yo, but it's almost like I've got to say, acknowledging when things are rough, absolutely, but anticipate the better, anticipate the going up, and have that strong knowing that it's going to feel good. It's going to feel good again, right? I'm working through the down parts, but it's going to feel good again. It kind of moves when you think about it this way. When we um when we don't acknowledge, or when we struggle with, then when things are down, that's not always the answer, because we have to go through the learning in the down parts. But when we anticipate that, oh, it's going to go back up, it helps us move and keep us moving when it's tough. Right? It's easy when it's easy, when we have a good time in that energy. But when it's tough, we struggle, and fair enough. But I feel like I need to say, Mandy, it's only temporary. It's going to come back up. You're working through the hard part, and you're going to get back to that ride, that journey where it's going to go up. I love that. I'm even having those butterflies from spirit. It's quite funny about going back up. It is going to go back up, Mandy. And it's kind of like navigating through that pirate ship storm, and you know it's going to get better. I let that be your compass. Okay, it's good to hear, Lana. We need to look for a brighter future today, and it's going. You know, there's a huge brightness at the end of all this, Rachel. You know, and yes, we've got to navigate through a few things, but it's a huge brightness. I you know, I'm extremely excited for the light that is shining through. And yes, you know, a few things are going to shatter around us, but it's going to be put back together in the most beautiful mosaic piece. Okay. Looking forward to hearing what the Hawk and I has coming. I'm very excited. And you know, I've had to learn patience all over again. A new level of patience came through. I've had, you know, the salmon bar, you guys, it's like next level. I've learned some patience, another at a higher level. You know, and just to touch base on that, you know, we're always learning. We're never at the top of our learning, right? So, you know, I'm very excited. There's some fun things coming. There are some things that I'm not even 100% sure how it's going to unravel. I just know it is, right? I just know it is. Wes, is there anything Spirit needs me to know? Wes, I don't know why I feel like I need to get you doodling. Like I feel like I need to get you to doodle, like even if it's like, you know, stick people doodling. I feel like I don't know if you're holding back something less with emotion or feelings, but I feel like I've got to get you doodling. Like I just feel like I've got to let your mind wander to tap into another layer. I also feel like I've got to say you've done an incredibly amount of growth and spiritual development and healing, but I feel like there's just something that you're holding back, holding in. And for whatever reason, I've got to get you like with a pen and paper and just doodle it or write it or allow it to flow out. And Wes, and it's perfectly okay to release that deeper level. Like I feel like it's like, you know, when you have to scrape a windshield with ice, right? And it's like, you know, you're pushing hard and you get to the glass part. It's okay to scrape. It's okay to scrape off. And I feel like a good way for you to do that is by doodling. Unless you are so loved and you are, you know, you are so cherished and you are so worthy. I just feel like I needed to add that. Um, okay. With that, Rachel, if you were held back, clearly it's meant to be said today. Someone especially needs to hear this energy update. Absolutely. And I'm perfectly okay with that, right? If one person resonates and helps one person go forward, you know, mission complete. That's kind of how I feel. That's what she said. Lana, are any messages for me? Do my mom and grandfather like the name of the new puppy? They're happy that you're happy. They're happy that you're happy, and they're happy that you're I can see you kind of like frolicking in this puppy energy, and they're happy that you're happy. There's, you know, with spirit, um, they're happy for. It's not necessarily that they don't share their opinion because they do, but their main goal and then what they want for us here is happy and learning, and they're supporting all of that. They're happy that you're happy, and I keep saying that. I have to say that over and over. You know, there's no disappointment ever. And I don't feel like I need to say that you've never disappointed them. When you were learning, and they're happy that you're learning, right? So I don't know if you also struggle with a little bit of have I disappointed them? Do I let them down? 100% hard no. Hard no on that. Lace, will I be starting my home business this June or July? Thank you. Um, wow, I feel you pushing for this. I feel you, you know, so Lisa, so 100% in with this new business. It literally overwhelmed me for a moment of how hard and how much you want this. You know, June or July, that's a short gap. I mean, you know, it's very short. I don't, I'm pulled more to end of June, early July. I'm pulled there more. But I don't feel like there's any significant pause there. Like I don't feel like there's anything holding it back. So, you know, June or July, time with spirit, you got to remember, you know, doesn't necessarily exist with them, right? So when I feel into it, it's like, yeah, it's June or July, right? That's how it feels. But I'm pulled more to it feels a little bit warmer if I take the temperature. It feels a little bit warmer. It feels a little bit lighter. So I'm pulled more to end of June, early July. But I also feel that there's a possibility of it happening even sooner, at least because of your involvement. Whatever you're doing here to launch this, it's pretty incredible. So good job, you. Aaron, if Mondays become tricky, we could do Tuesday and Friday instead. Bless your heart, Aaron. You know, I think schedule wise with the energy update, I think Mondays will work. There will always be days or weeks in my schedule where I won't be able to come on, and that's okay. I do my best to show up. But I appreciate you, Erin, for offering some flexibility to me. The Monday, Friday, I love that. I love that. There will be Tuesdays that I can't come on, and there will be Mondays that I can't come on. It's just I just trust the process. If things come up for me in my schedule wise, I just allow it, right? I just allow it. Oop, there we go. Okay, Erin, I'm already super tired and drained. I have a checkup, but they couldn't get me in until March. So, Erin, I feel it more. I feel it more. And of course, keep your appointment in March. And if anything changes urgently, please seek medical advice. Erin, I feel it more of the natural cycle here. I feel more of a natural cycle. Winter, Erin, or this season, no matter where you are in the globe, this season right now has a slower, tired pace. And as humans, we want to keep up. We want to keep on, keep it on, right? And energetically, it's like I just need to kind of, what was funny, but it's true, right? It's true. We need to kind of recharge. We need to kind of like plug in. And Spirit even showed me that because I have a spiritual USB port on my back that I plug into the spirit dimensions. It's literally like plug in. And Spirit moved that USB port from them into, more time on the couch. Plug into the couch, more time reading a book, more time doodling, more time daydreaming, more time of just kind of like chill. As we are not meant to be in a fast, high pace, vibrational frequency all the time, which is why most of us have seasons, right? Things go to sleep. Look at nature, right? When during the regrowth, hibernates. The leaves fall from the trees, the animals collect food and hibernate. We're meant to recharge and rest in these seasons as well. So, because Erin, I feel it more of energetic versus anything physically wrong with you. So anything, Erin, that you can do to kind of recharge, anything that you can do, a little bit more time looking at the night sky, watching a sunset, and anything that resonates with you to recharge you and kind of slow down the energy, try that. We need to rest this energetically. You can't recharge when you're keeping on in that fast paced vibe, right? And I've learned that, Aaron. I just want to add, I've learned that the hard way too. We're always having to be on, tuned in, plugged in, always doing something. I need to slow down too. And if it's a minute a day, it's a minute a day. If it's an hour a day, it's an hour a day. But I need to, and that goes for all of you. You need to plug in your USB ports into the spirit dimensions, and into resting and into allowing that peace and allowing a break from other things vibrationally. We were not meant for that. We were not built for that, right? So, many of us are probably feeling really drained and tired. And it's, take a look at, are you resting and listening to your body? Listen to your body. You need to ride the big comfy couch with a blanket and, your favorite treat. Ride the big comfy couch, right? Okay, there we go. I gotta watch the time. How is it pushing 9 o'clock? How is it pushing 9 o'clock? Good morning to you all who are joining us. Erin, okay, read Erin, sorry. PJ, what does spirit or guides or past ones have a message for me? Um, PJ, I feel like I need to say you're being heard. I feel like I need to say your words, your thoughts, your feelings matter. So I feel like I don't know if you have been feeling kind of like not validated or heard in the physical world, or like that. It's just me. I can't make a difference. You matter. And I really feel like you need to sit with that, PJ. You are heard and you are supported and you matter. And that came at me like, a big ball of light just kind of erupted and kind of like in my energy field on how much you matter, how important you are. So hope that you really needed to hear that, PJ, for whatever reason. So marinate in it. Laura, hi, Lana. Anything on my math test? Am I passing it? I don't feel bad with that math test. I feel like you were fairly well prepared for that math test. Um, I also feel did that math test, did it kind of surprise you? Were you expecting it to be harder? I don't know why I felt like you're overthinking. Well, that felt too easy, or I did it too quickly. Like I just feel that there with you, Laura. I feel like you did well on it. I feel like I need to lean into. I don't feel it needs to be repeated, but I need to kind of like get your head around not the end of the world if I have to try again, right? I just feel that. I don't think you have to, but I feel like I need to say that kind of energy. Okay? I know it's not I know it's kind of hard because everybody wants to pass. I hear you. But when you think about that, and this goes for all of you, if you need to try something again, right? You need to try it again. Right? I'm going to try that again. I mean, I think that that's such an important thing to acknowledge. We all go through our things that don't go well the first time. And Laura, this is not based on my feelings on your math test, because I feel like you did okay. But I feel like, we need to kind of like, if we got to get up and try again, try again. If it doesn't work out, try another door, right? I just need to acknowledge that. Oh, they're shy. Yes, Aaron, I'm on the live. Seems like you're not getting my response on Messenger. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple more, you guys. Jasmine, does my spirit team have any messages about my? Oh, you're nauseous lately, eh? I don't feel it as a flu. I don't feel it that way. I don't feel it that way at all. Um, and I got a bit of a privacy button, a privacy curtain that kind of dropped there, Jasmine. I'm just trying to find the words without breaching your privacy here. Have you talked to a physician? I don't feel panicked. I don't feel like I'm worried, but I feel like it's been going on for a little bit. So are you right around the 1 week mark with feeling nauseous? Like I feel like I'm coming up to a week of feeling this way. Okay, and I got Jasmine, for whatever reason, there's this privacy curtain that's holding me back. And when spirit does that, I honor it completely. But I don't have a concern or anything like that. I just feel like it's not something. Like I just feel like the discussion isn't something on a YouTube live kind of feeling. But I don't feel panicked. I don't feel worried. I don't feel it like I don't feel like anything's wrong. If that makes sense there. All right, you guys. I know there's quite a few questions that I didn't get to. Easy Puff is there's a bad situation of fraudulent deeds and scandals coming to light, which for everyone's highest good and all friend directly is affected. So I share the three specific things. One, number one is observing or not. Absolutely. So there is going to be a lot more truths coming out. There's going to be a lot more unraveling, masks coming off at many, many, many different levels. And we deserve to hear it, see it, feel it, acknowledge it, and fix it. Okay. Um, it's time. It's time that that truth is told. And the tattletaling. I actually, when Spirit says the tattletaling is going to kind of elevate, they also chuckle because it's like, yeah, here it is. And some of it, not that the Spirit thinks it's funny. It's just like it's time, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to make sense. Thank you. You're very welcome. Motivational vibes. I would like to buy some crystals while here. What do you recommend I look for at this time? Whew, that's a good question. So, crystals. Um, I feel, and again, Dee Dee, take what resonates and leave the rest. I believe that crystals find us. So if you're in a crystal shop or if you're somewhere, literally walk with your hand over top of the crystal bin or bowl and just feel where you're pulled. Feel where you're pulled. Don't look it up before you buy it. Look it up after you buy it because I feel like energetically and intuitively the crystal knows and we know, right? So I feel like I've got to say, what are you pulled to? There are times I'm pulled to a stone on a beach and I carry that around with me for months on end. Go with what you're pulled to. Go allow that energy. And just simply ask if you're in a crystal shop, just say, just guide me to what I need and feel where you're pulled, stop where you're pulled, but don't look it up till after you buy it. And the reason I say that is, you know, we always get what we need and it's not always what we want to hear. So sometimes, and I've done that. I've grabbed the crystal, paid for it, looked it up later when I didn't have the knowledge on that specific crystal, and I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, for sure. And there have been times where I didn't understand why I needed that crystal until like a day later or a week later, and it's like, where did I put that crystal? I need that right now to help me through what I'm going through. Allow the crystal to find you. Allow yourself to be pulled to it. You don't necessarily have to research or search it. Just go with where you're pulled at. That's what she said. Smash that like button, guys. Share the love. Bless your hearts. You're very welcome. I love you so much, you guys, but it's time to go. I am. There must have been a lot of wind here last night. We did get some snow, but the passenger side of my truck is almost not visible with the wind. It's wind that blew a snowdrift against my truck. The snow, like literally, I have a blue truck. You can't see any blue on the passenger side of it this morning. It's all white. So it's going to take me a bit to get that swept off. Let's grab an angel number. What do we need to know? 253. Your heartfelt prayers are the reason for the changes that we're making. That just got me all excited. Your heartfelt prayers are the reason for the changes that you're making collectively. So when the word prayer, that is energy, right? A prayer is energy. So our heart's energy is making changes in the collective. I love that. These changes are true are will these changes are truly answers to what we need in this timeline at the moment. Welcome them. Oh, that was good. Oh, 333. You are completely surrounded, protected, loved, and guided by the benevolent ascended masters. We are guided and loved and protected. Absolutely. Let's have a sip of tea. Okay. Chimpanzee. Use your imagination to create fresh approaches to problem solving the situation before you. You have everything you need in order to tackle the responsibilities and tasks you're faced with. Let go of any remaining anger or resentment and forgive the person you recently had a conflict with. Adjust your diet to one of healthy, natural, and organic foods. It's better to ignore some of the things that are going on around you. Sorry. It's better to ignore some of the things that are going on around you that you would otherwise cause you considerable disturbance. This is a good time for self-assessment and self-reflection, acknowledging your strengths and limitations and positive and negative characteristics without judgment. We all have positive and negative characteristics, right? Every one of us has moments where we're not our best self. Every one of us has moments where we fall out of alignment. Every one of us has a temper tantrum, kicks and screams. You falls out of that alignment. Um, Acknowledging it, acknowledging where you are. And when we acknowledge our limitations, and it kind of is an indicator for where we need to grow. We need to work on that. I need to work on that. Yes, I do. Right? It lifts off that judgment. And like I say, that whole toxic positivity that also comes into, how our positive and negative traits. None of us are perfect. All of us are here to learn. So being able to acknowledge, yeah, I need to work on that part. Perhaps I need some healing on that. Perhaps I need to kind of sit with that, be a little bit more gentle with myself, understand myself a bit more. Why did I respond that way? And you can reverse the card to other people. Um, People are struggling, and when people struggle, their behavior may not be of their best self. Their behavior might not be from the true essence of who they are. Right? There's a lot of people that are at their ends at their ends at their ends rope at the end of the rope. There we go. With where they are, and we may not see their best selves. Right? So love and light to people, and when they're struggling, without judgment, offering up that energy. I serve that energy all the time. Here's a platter of love and light. I may have to step away and not absorb or get involved in their moments, but I'll step away, handing over a love and light vibration without judgment. Right? Okay. I'm hoping to post on the community page over the next couple days. I am going to try and come on live and spend some time with you guys, or maybe post a Zoom link if you guys want to join me in more of a private setting. I'm going to try to get that out there this weekend. I do work Saturday morning, but the weather here, it's possible I may not with the weather. We're supposed to have a storm here. 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. That means there'll be tobogganing. Um, anyway, as always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care, you guys.